Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Nina can't.
So this is something that went too far.
But does that justify selling out the people of Ukraine who are on the front lines dying to save their freedom and their two genders, if that's what you're worried about?
Can I please finish my points? I'm sorry that it makes you nervous. I'm really sorry for that.
It makes me nervous. It makes me
No, but seriously, can we let Peter finish, please? Can we let Peter finish, please?
I can't lie to you all, I love moments like this. I want to show you the moment that former Secretary Hillary Clinton made a right-wing stooge look like an absolute fool on the global stage in Munich, Germany. You guys know that I am a sucker for debates. I love to do debates on CNN or Jubilee or wherever I can to make right-wingers look dumb, and it makes me so happy when I see this happening at the top levels of our government. I feel like for the past decade or so, ever since Obama left US politics and wasn't the president, a lot of Democratic politicians haven't been out there assertively and firmly working towards our own vision for this country. Yes, we react to Trump and we talk a lot about Trump, but seeing former Secretary Hillary Clinton out there in Munich, Germany, explaining the importance of democracy, explaining the importance of human dignity and human rights on the global stage, talking about how Putin is a dictator, Trump is a wannabe dictator, and countries around the world have emboldened this type of right-wing populism to rise. It is so nice having somebody advocate for this on the global stage, even if Hillary Clinton is imperfect in a lot of your eyes. Every single time I mention or bring up Hillary in a video, the commenters are divided. Some people think she's a brilliant public servant who is very well spoken, and some people take a more negative view on her. They think that she's some sort of evil operator. I genuinely think Hillary Clinton is very, very savvy on policy, very brilliant, and just has spent so long in the political system that she's sort of become the face of a system that has failed so many of Americans. So I understand if you don't quite like her, but just watch this interaction right here, where she's talking about Ukraine. So just to run you through, she's talking about how Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin are very intentionally profiting off of the tragedy in Ukraine. How every single day, Donald Trump and Putin are trying to extract money from the Ukrainians as they're being invaded. Then, some right-wing stooge, and this guy is just an absolute freak. He's a politician from the Czech Republic. He's one of their foreign ministers, and he's a part of a party called Motorists for Themselves. The Motorists for Themselves party is a right-wing political party in Czech Republic made solely to represent motorists' interests by primarily focusing on issues of car ownership because they don't like bike riders. What's going on in the Czech Republic? Why are there political parties based off of motorists? Can someone explain this to me? I gotta do some research after this video, but either way, let's watch Hillary Clinton just beat down the leader of Motorists for Themselves, who also happens to be the foreign minister of the Czech Republic. Drop a like, subscribe to the Adam Rocker feed if you appreciate these types of videos, and let's check out this interaction. It starts with Ukraine, then the Czech leader goes, "Oh, why don't you like Trump? We can tell that you don't like Trump." And Hillary Clinton goes, "Dude, it doesn't matter if I like him or I don't. I obviously don't like him because he's hurting our country." And then the far-right leader tries to bring up two genders, like, "Oh, it's because you think there's more than two genders." And Hillary's like, "Dude, I don't care how many genders there are. I just want the people of Ukraine to be free." Let me play this for you.
The Trump administration's position toward Ukraine is disgraceful. I think the effort to force Ukraine into a surrender deal with Putin is shameful. I think the effort that Putin and Trump are making to profit off the misery and death of the Ukrainian people is a historic error and corrupt to the nth degree. And so I believe Ukraine is fighting for our democracy and our values of freedom and civilization on the front lines, losing thousands of people and having their country destroyed by one man's mania to control them.
Very well said. We need people like this on the global stage, just telling it how it is. I'm so sick of Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump, RFK Jr., and JD Vance representing us at these events. I'm so sick of Scott Bessent and Caroline Leavitt being out there. We need pro-democracy warriors. Hillary Clinton just said the truth, and for that, the right-winger next to her gets very angry.
And I think Trump either doesn't understand or could care less about that suffering. So that's what I think.
And so do you think he has destroyed the West to go to our title?
He has betrayed the West. He's betrayed human values. He's betrayed the NATO Charter, the Atlantic Charter, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. A lot of what has been done before to try to make sense of how difficult it is to restrain people who want unaccountable power. And none of us in this room, including all of us on this panel,
Every day is a new adventure filled with possibilities. At Idea Public Schools, we believe in nurturing every child's potential from the moment they walk through our doors. With passionate teachers, our kindergartners are not just students. They are explorers, creators, and future leaders. This is the beginning of a remarkable journey. The future starts here at Idea Public Schools, where great minds, big hearts, and bright futures grow.
would choose to live under a regime that was so unaccountable that it could act with impunity the way that Putin does, except that's who Trump is modeling himself.
I don't think we would be having this debate under that kind of regime, for sure. We will come back, I suspect, to the conservatism and liberalism clash within the West, but thank you for that. Peter, do you agree that the Trump administration's actions on Ukraine have produced a rift in the West?
This is where the right-winger starts to get a little bit sassy and goes, well, I can tell she doesn't like Trump.
Well, first, I think you really don't like him.
You know, that is absolutely true, but I really, not only do I not like him, I don't like him because of what he's doing to the United States and the world, and I think you should take a hard look at it if you think that there is something good that will come out of it.
Peter.
What I think Trump is doing in America, I think it is reaction for something that, for some policies that really went too far from the regular people, too far from reality. So, you know, we saw the cancel culture. We saw the woke revolution. I don't agree with the gender revolution, the climate alarmism.
Which gender? Women having their rights?
No, let Peter go on.
I think there are two genders, so...
Are we serious here? Are we serious here? Okay, wait, I'm gonna let it go on in just 1 second, but think about this. The United States has had clowns representing us on the global stage for the past year and change, right? We've had Trump going out there. We've had Stephen Miller and Caroline Leavitt. We've been represented by clowns who sound like this guy, whose primary issue is there are just two genders. I only care about how many genders there are. And when you put this person on stage...
Hello and welcome to Game Gen. City building games are getting really interesting again. From cozy towns to absolute logistical nightmares. These are some upcoming city builders worth keeping an eye on. Tamer Town. Tamer Town is basically what happens when someone asks, what if Pokemon didn't battle, but paid rent and ran your economy? It blends cozy city building with monster collecting RPG mechanics, and the easiest way to describe it is Pokemon meets SimCity. What makes Tamer Town different from most monster taming games is that your creatures aren't just fighters, you actually build a community with them. The game features over 130 creatures called Mokiton, each with their own personality, elemental traits, and evolution paths. But instead of sitting in storage, Mokiton live in your town as full-on citizens. These creatures power your entire economy. You assign Mokiton to jobs based on what they're good at. Some are better at gathering resources, others can boost production, power buildings, or handle specialized tasks. Choosing the right Mokiton for the right job makes a huge difference on how smoothly your town runs. City management stays cozy but still meaningful. You design neighborhoods, manage resources, and set up workflows, while also keeping an eye on happiness. Happy Mokiton work more efficiently and help your town thrive. But if they're stressed or unhappy, things can get messy in surprisingly fun ways. Combat is also different. Instead of classic turn-based battles, Tamer Town uses a real-time turn fusion system that keeps fights fast and tactical without feeling overwhelming. Outside your town, there's plenty to explore. You can head into different biomes to find rare materials and recruit new Mokiton, then bring them back to expand your settlement. Drownlight. Drownlight immediately hits you with a strong, unsettling idea. The world is gone, completely swallowed by the ocean, and the last hope for humanity is a single lighthouse floating in the dark. It's often described as Frostpunk on water, and honestly, that comparison fits pretty well. Your entire settlement is built around the lighthouse, and everything revolves, literally, around it. Instead of expanding on a grid, your city grows outward in circular layers, forming a fragile floating colony. The lighthouse isn't just a centerpiece, it's your lifeline. It needs constant fuel and maintenance, and if the light ever fades, people start disappearing into the darkness. And whatever's out there starts getting closer. Resource management is tense and unforgiving. You'll be scavenging debris from the ocean, managing energy, and relying heavily on fishing to keep people fed. Weather plays a huge role as well. Violent storms can rip apart your floating structures, while long stretches of dead calm can slowly starve your colony of resources. Like Frostpunk, Drownlight thrives on moral pressure.
That's
You're
pretty
constantly
cool. I
forced to
like
make
that
uncomfortable
idea.
decisions. Who gets food, who gets saved, and how you respond to
I'm
desperate
liking that
survivors
idea.
drifting toward your light. There's never a perfect answer, just consequences you have to deal with. While the surface is endless water, the depths hide ruins of the old world and ancient secrets that can help you survive.
ancient secrets.
And throughout all of this, there's a constant sense of dread. The ocean isn't empty, it's watching. Transport Fever 3.
Ocean isn't empty.
With Transport Fever 3, the series leans more heavily into deeper tycoon mechanics and long-term management. Recently announced as the next entry in the Transport Fever series, it's coming in 2026 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X/S, and it looks like a big step forward rather than just a small upgrade. Visually, the game is doing a lot more this time. There's a brand new subarctic biome with snowy mountains, frozen lakes, and muddy tundras, which already feels very different from the usual temperature or tropical maps. On top of that, Transport Fever 3 finally adds a full day-night cycle and dynamic weather. Trains rolling through rainstorms at night honestly just sound right for this series. On the gameplay side, infrastructure is getting deeper and more flexible. The vehicle roster is now over 250, including helicopters and cargo trams, which opens up new logistics options, especially in dense cities. Road building is far more freeform, with custom intersections, lane control, and pedestrian bridges, making urban traffic management more interesting. There's even offshore industry now, like oil rigs, making shipping routes important throughout the whole game. Where Transport Fever 3 really leans into the tycoon side is cargo and industry. Cities evolve over time, starting with simple needs and later demanding advanced goods like electronics or books. Delivery times actually matter now, affecting reputation, growth, and profits. You can even boost industries by transporting workers or special supplies. I'll be covering more games just like this one, so if that's your kind of thing, come hang out and subscribe. City-State Metropolis.
Ooh.
City-State Metropolis feels like a love letter to classic deep city builders, especially if you miss the mindset of games like
Whoa,
SimCity 4.
that looks good.
One of the first things you'll notice is how much freedom the game gives you. There's no rigid grid forcing everything into neat squares. Instead, zoning is completely gridless, letting you draw natural, organic city shapes. Buildings can generate themselves, procedurally adapting to whatever strange or beautiful lots you design. Curved districts, awkward angles, realistic blocks, it all just works. You even get control over things like building height, setbacks, and parking, which makes the city feel genuinely handcrafted. Roads follow the same philosophy. They're spline-based, so instead of straight lines everywhere, you can build flowing avenues and messy urban sprawl that actually looks like a real city grew there over time. Under the hood, the simulation focuses on the big picture rather than tracking every single citizen. Instead of micromanaging individuals, you're more of a governor shaping policy. The game uses crowd-based simulation, allowing cities with over 1 million residents to run smoothly. Your choices around taxes, zoning, welfare, and deregulation directly shape the city's social and economic direction. Add in massive maps up to 67 kilometers and a terrain editor that creates realistic landscapes with rivers and elevation, and City-State Metropolis feels less like a sandbox toy and more like a serious urban simulation for players who enjoy thinking long-term and watching complex systems collide.
That last one looks pretty cool.
Dark Switch.
City-State
Dark
Metropolis, I
Switch
want
is
to
an
play
upcoming
that.
survival city builder that immediately stands out because it doesn't let you build
Oh,
comfortably.
this is the one about the
on flat
tree,
ground.
right?
Instead, your entire civilization lives on the branches of a massive 200-meter tall tree. stacked vertically in a dark fantasy woodpunk world. And yes, it's just as stressful as it sounds, but in a good way. Space is always tight, so
Yeah.
city planning feels more like survival
I'm
tactics
done
than
eating.
traditional city
You know what
building.
that means? It's time to game, because gaming is live. I'm gonna go to city building because we're in city building mode. Alright, let's do this. Alrighty. Where are my tools? I don't like this. No wonders yet. We're halfway through this. Oh yeah. Oh, what to do? That's a good one to watch. Shit. Ow. My rib hurts. Ow, fuck me, running that hurt. Why is it being difficult? Why are you being an asshole? Oh, I have to be a dick. I don't know why. I don't know why. We all know why. Ow. Ow. Hell yeah. Trade and commerce is there. Trade and commerce and education are gonna be there too. Goddamn titty. Great city. Organizing food. Oh yeah, we got two. Alright. Each run through is gonna be perfect. If not, I'll restart the age. I don't give a fuck. Gotta remember to do that to our things before. I see. That's how you do it, boys. Hold on. Alright. Alright, Medieval Age has just started and we're doing pretty damn good. gold we're about to fucking extract. There it is. Cut all the fucking trees we want. Food will grow. What's gonna be that? Is that a wood thing or? Doggies. So that'll make districts right there. Making as many as we can. On real footage. This is what we do. How much wood does he use? He uses 21. Fuck. Just. What is that? Or am I just stuck with that now until I... Probably get a building right now. Let's look. Evil side. An old town. Let it grow. More 100. These two I gotta build. Bricks, and what the fuck is that? That's gonna grow. And I gotta research the gold production and build gold. $750. Yeah, he's still building. Innovative. Let them cook. That's what we need them to do. Yes, yes, yes. Please, the factions. We are ready. Ready, ready. Yes, please. Alright, I think I went on City Builders for today. Battlefield Town.